Today we are exploring Harris's scrapyard to see what treasures we can find in here. Fiat 500 above, Porsche Cayenne, Peugeot 306. This SLK looks pretty tidy. MGF. Look at this old taxi. Cannot believe I've just found a Bentley Continental GT. Hello guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome to today's video. Now today I am at G&R Harris Scrapyard, which is in West Sussex. Now this place has been open for years. I myself have been coming here for over 20 years, but sadly they are closing their doors. By Christmas this year they could be gone, so what I've done is come here today. Now I've kindly been invited by Darren and Vanessa who work here to come and film what they've got left, just to sort of keep it as a memory for us and everyone else who's been coming here. Now they have still got some very interesting cars and some very high-end value cars too, so let's go and check it out and see what we can find. Okay guys, so we have just got to the scrapyard now. This is the main entrance. Now as we walk down, the main yard is down there, but through here we've got some of the more higher end value cars. You can see these Range Rovers here. They're not very old at all, but cool, yeah, look at that. Very, very nice. But these ones I think can be saved, so these are put in different sections. Some of them are still going through insurance, others are, oh my God, look at this Bentley. Oh my goodness me. Do you know what? This actually looks very similar to one that I saw in Cornwall. It would be funny if it's the same car because it looked exactly the same. I'm going to have to find out if it is the same car because that would actually be really funny. Now, there was one of these parts up in Newquay and it was there for ages. Looked exactly like this. The suspension was right down. All the brakes were rusty. Is it open? Oh, it is open as well. Oh, God, look at this. What an absolutely beautiful car. I'm going to have a sit in this, I think. Oh, friend Carla used to have one of these. Oh, yeah, I like this. Definitely at my price range, but it is a very nice car. I don't know if I would like the fuel costs on it though, because I can imagine they are quite expensive to run. Very, very nice though. Okay, right, let's jump out and go and see what else we can find. So just before we go down to the main yard, I just wanted to have a quick look at these bikes. Got a beautiful Kawasaki there. Look at the paintwork on that. But look at the Moto Guzzi, which is parked next to it. That is a really, really nice bike. And we've got a little KTM 125 behind that. But this Moto Guzzi, I really like this. I've always liked these bikes. They sound absolutely lovely. These could probably still be saved, which is why they're parked here. I hope they can, because they are beautiful bikes, all three of them are. Okay, right, let's head down to the main yard, which is up here, and go and see what other treasures we can find. So again, just walking through here, we've got a lot more high-end value cars which are parked here. Now these ones are all going through the insurances at the moment. Some of them are salvaged, so some of them can be saved. We've got some nice BMWs over there. We've got a Mercedes SLK just through there. In fact, let's go and have a quick look at that because that looks really, really nice. Now I have got full permission to be here today. Oh, that is actually really nice, isn't it? Oh, do you know what? I don't normally like these, but this one, I actually really like this one. The colour's good, the interior's spot on. If I was going to buy one of these cars, and I've always said I wouldn't because I think they're hairdressers' cars, but if I was, that's definitely the colour that I'd have, 100%. The wheels look really nice too. It's the compressor, so I think this is the supercharged one. Or has it just got a compressor badge on it? Oh no, it is. Very nice. Okay, right, let's move on. Just come across this little Kia and noticed the front wheel on that. Do you reckon he's been riding out without the tyre? My God, that is absolutely mullered. In fact, look at it there. There's massive chunks missing on the edges of the wheel. Well, that must have been a blowout, I'm guessing at speed. And the tyres come off, ripped the wing off, and done that to the wheel. My God. Oh dear. Okay, so we've got the main yard just up there. This looks quite nice, this BMW here. I quite like this shape. Is it open? No, it's locked, we can't look inside that one. But no, I do like those. They're really nice little cars. In fact, my friend was actually going to build a drift car out one of these. He had a 1JZ engine. Can you imagine a 1JZ in one of these? Lowered with big body kit on it. I think that would look really cool. Okay, so we've got the main yard just down the bottom here. Got the tyre section there. Now we have got a few nice cars parked here. We'll look at those next and then we'll go into the main yard. And I think Darren said he's got a bit of a surprise for me at the end. So he's gone out to pick a car up at the moment. As soon as he's back, we'll get him to show us what he's got hidden away. Apparently it's something quite nice. So just here we've got a Land Rover Discovery Sport, Nissan Pathfinder, and look at this Porsche. Not for parts, keep out. So whatever that is obviously been sold as a whole car. It's probably going to be locked as well, I'd imagine. Yeah, it is. It's still pretty cool, like that. It's got a little bit of damage there, so maybe it was an insurance claim. Oh, yeah, that light's broken. A little bit of a scuff on the bumper. These were always thirsty cars. My friend had a V8 one, and it was absolutely shocking on fuel. Obviously, the road taxis are quite expensive too, but they are all right. They're not bad cars. I prefer the newer ones to the older ones. But if I was going to buy one, it'd definitely be in that colour. Pathfinder's quite nice. Again, these are something I've always looked at getting. That was locked too. Bit of damage on the front there, but I never really got round to it. My current 4x4 is a Nissan X-Trail. I'm using that for the winter. Nice and cheap, very reliable, and it's actually pretty good on fuel as well. That's a shame, isn't it? Nice looking cars they are. Okay, right, let's head into the main yard and see what we can find. So just in here we've got another collection of vehicles which are being stored away from the public, so these parts can't be taken off of these cars or vans. Look at these. Ooh, look at the seats in this. Oh, they look comfy. God, that's only got 49,000 miles on the clock. My God, that is really low. Oh, such a shame, look at that. Oh, you'd be absolutely gutted, wouldn't you? That's got to be a write-off, surely. The whole side of it's pretty much teared off. Oh, that is a real shame. I wonder if we can have a quick look inside. There's a little bit... Ooh, little cupboard there. Expect to see that. Might be able to squeeze in and have a look around here. Oh, it's actually... it's quite stripped, actually. A lot of stuff's been taken out of it. Oh, it's such a shame. When you think the mileage on this is really, really low. God, look at that. Oh dear. Still, who knows, it might be able to be saved. Ugh. Right, let's go and see what else we can find. Okay, now this I do like. I really, really do like these little cars. And I would definitely have one. Just for a little run around. This is the Fiat 500 of Bath. Now, these have got the turbo engines. These actually sound really good with an exhaust on. Really, really good. Sadly, this one has got quite a bit of damage. In fact, I think they've actually managed to roll it onto its roof. And the engine's actually been taken out of this one already, so this is definitely a write-off. Well, you can tell that just by looking at it. But still quite a few bits that could be saved on it. But yeah, fun little cars. Like I said, they sound absolutely awesome with an exhaust on. The interior is really nice too. Really nice colour, that one. Right, let's move on. So we're now coming into the main yard. Now this yard used to be, well, you can see there's quite a lot of cars here, but there used to be twice as many here once upon a time. Sadly, they are starting to clear them out now. This has got my attention as soon as I've walked in here. The old taxi, 2008. I think it has quite a lot of Ford components, this car. Let's have a look and see if we can see inside if it's open. Doesn't actually look too bad in here. I don't think we're going to be able to see the mileage on it because it's probably digital, but the actual body doesn't look too bad at all. The steering wheel's gone. Somebody needed that. Yeah, look, the clocks are very stripped. The dash is stripped. But it doesn't look too bad. Probably had either an engine failure or gearbox problem or something, but I don't think it's been in an accident at all. Probably do something quite funny with that if it could be saved. Like that. I wonder if that still lights up. That'd be quite a cool thing to have in the garage. So we've got all the Fords here, Fiestas, Focuses, there's all sorts. Then we go into the BMW section, Mercedes, I think Volvo's there. The 4x4 section used to be in the centre there, but Darren's cleared all those out now. In fact, he's left the one X-Trail up there for me and mine's parked just underneath it. And we've got all the Fiats over there, Vauxhalls, the French areas over there, all the Renaults, Peugeots, and then we've got the Japanese section down in the far corner. But what we'll do, we'll have a little walk through, if we can find a safe way through without getting wet feet. We may have to backtrack slightly actually and go this way. We'll go around the taxi up to the back edge of the fence and then come this way. We've got an old Galaxy here. These are always good cars. Very spacious. Never actually had one, but I have always looked at them to think, you could actually do quite a lot of one of these. Still quite a lot of stuff on that one. Like I said, if there are any cars you see in here that you need bits for, then the scrapyard is still open. I think they said they were closing around December time, so you need to be pretty quick. What is that doing in here? And it's the V8 as well. Ugh, door went open. Oh my goodness me. That must have been in an accident. Yeah, I think it has. God, what a state. You know what, this is probably the worst condition one of these I've ever seen. Yeah, it's been in an accident, sadly. Wow. Didn't expect to see one of those in there, I must admit. Right, let's move on a little bit deeper. Look at this Golf here, look. It's obviously had a really expensive wrap put on it at some point. All that hard work and it's now just sat here, ready to be squashed. Someone spent a lot of money on this car. It looks like it has been in an accident, which is a shame. Someone's pride and joy. Hopefully they don't see it in this video, because if I spent a lot of money on a car like that and saw it in a scrapyard, I think I'd be rather upset. Now, as you can see, there are a lot of BMW Minis in here. In fact, this is probably one of the most popular cars in here. Just seem to be everywhere at the moment, but it's not going to be long before they start to all disappear, and they will become a classic car one day, believe it or not. That's quite nice. I've always liked the CLKs. I've had a couple of the hardtops. I've never had a convertible one. This is another one I've never had, for obvious reasons. Obviously they are, well, a hairdresser's car, a girl's car, but actually they are quite cool. Ooh, doesn't smell very nice in there, but the interior in this one isn't actually too bad. It actually looks quite clean. In fact, the whole car doesn't look too bad. Still a lot of stuff that could be saved on this. So if any of you have got a 320 SLK, here is one right here. I wonder if we can have a look at the engine. Let's have a little peek and see what's left of that. Ooh, okay, so it's badged a 320, but it's got the compressor engine in it. Now, I have actually been looking for one of these engines for my 190E. Now, I have actually got a 3.2 straight 6 in it, but quite like the idea of putting a supercharged engine in it. My options are open. I either go 6-speed manual with the engine I've got, or convert back to one of these. Gives me something to think about. Okay, let's move on a little bit deeper. Let's see what other treasures we can find. So we're approaching the end of the Mercedes, BMW and Volvo section. That's quite nice. I've always liked those. In fact, I still would have one of these. Incredibly comfortable cars. And obviously quite good, reliable cars as well. And very safe. Very, very safe cars. So I actually saw one of these, which had been involved in sadly a fatal accident, drove past it, and the Volvo had hardly any damage on it. The BMW that it hit, I kid you not, the front of the car was back here somewhere. It was quite horrific. But just goes to show how strong those little Volvos are. This is the turbo engine one. Yes, it has got the turbo, and a bloody big one as well. In fact, that engine doesn't look too bad. I reckon that'll still run. Funny, I always come to these places and I look at these and think, what car could I put that engine in? I've still got my little Mini back home and I'm trying to find something to put in it. God, can you imagine having something like that in it? That would be absolutely amazing. Right, okay, let's go and check out this little bunch over here. So we've got a Jaguar XC90, again, very, very good cars. Got a Rover 75, they're quite rare now. The Range Rover, that looks like that's been in a bit of a nasty bump. Cool, yeah, definitely, look at that. Crikey, engine's been taken out. Still got the interior, although a bit mucky. God, don't smell very nice either. But yeah, that's had a bit of a nasty bump, that one. Still quite a lot of stuff that could be saved on that. Now, I do like these. I've never had one, I probably never will, but I do like them. I know they've got the horrible K-series engine in them, but... yeah, hiding away back there somewhere. But yeah, it's just something about them. Don't know, maybe one day they'll grow on me that much that I might actually buy one, but for now, it can stay where it is. Right, let's go and have a look at the Japanese cars next. So, as we walk into the Japanese cars, I can see a couple of very interesting looking cars. Got an MX-5 there. These things here, these Toyotas, I do actually quite like these. This one's got sliding doors, I believe. I mean, they look quite... I'm going to have a sit in them. Oh, they are comfy. They really are comfy cars. And do you know what? It's got double sunroof. Quite a good family car, actually. I reckon all these would lay down flat as well. You could probably turn this into a bed, actually. These seats are actually still really good. You know, they are really clean. So if there is anyone out there who needs new interior for one of these, there's a very good donor car right here. Like I said, the scrapyard is still open. I think they said they were going to close around about December time. So if you do see anything on any of these cars that you like the look of and you need, then I will put the link in the description below where you can find this place. The closer you get, the slower I go. That is a typical Sunday driver sticker. Yellow car. Right, let's move on. So we are now going into the French car section. We've got some Hondas still. We're still getting a few Hondas here and there. There's a Civic there. We've got a Mazda, a couple of Hyundais. Oh, horrible little cars, don't like those. Look at the colour on this one. Ooh, no, definitely not. No, thank you, not for me. Got a Berlingo up there. Do you know what? I had in fact, I had two Renault 4x4 Kangoos, and they were absolutely brilliant cars. I was actually trying to find one, and I found two for sale. I actually ended up buying both of them because I couldn't decide between the two. Ended up keeping the TDI one because the petrol 1.6 was absolutely horrendous on fuel, believe it or not. This little MX-5 still got a few bits worth saving on it. Has it still got the engine? Place your bets now. Yes, it has. Wow, and a gearbox. Obviously quite popular drift cars now, so if anyone needs a gearbox of one of these, here it is. Okay, we've got a C4 Picasso. Again, I actually had one of these beginning of this year. Drove it to France with Taser and Sammy. Brilliant little car, really comfy, really good on fuel, very spacious. In fact, it has exactly the same interior as what my one did. But I had the manual gearbox, so there's no way I would have the automatic on these because they are absolutely dog shit. They really are bad. But if I had the chance to buy another one, I'm not going to lie, I probably would. 7-seater like my one was. These rear seats are actually really good. I don't know if you've ever seen these before, but if I could just move that mat out of the way just to demonstrate how quickly these go down and up. And you fold that back there, pull the vent down, fold it away, it's gone. They are really, really good cars. Actually highly recommend one of these for someone. Okay, let's see what else we can find. So we are right in the depths of the French car section now. Surrounded by Renaults, Citroens. What have we got at the back? Got Megane there. It's a shame because there was actually quite a few old Rovers in here. They were actually in here last week when I came and Darren squashed them and I was absolutely gutted. I really wanted to film those for you guys, but sadly they're all gone now. In fact, I don't think it was Darren that squashed them. I think he said it was someone else. But right, we are back at the beginning of the yard again. So what we'll do, we'll head back down and look in the last two sections in here, and then I think we've got a few special cars to look at too. So we'll see you in a minute. So the last little section in the main yard, we've got lots of Fiats, Fiat 500s. We've got a Panda. Do you know what? I don't mind the Pandas. I actually don't mind the Pandas for a little run around. They do the cross 4x4. That's the one I'd have if I was going to get one. You know, for a little cheap run around, they're not bad cars. They're really not. This one's got a Highway England Aware sticker on it, so this one must have been abandoned somewhere. Do you know what? It's a shame because it actually looks really clean. It looks really clean. Someone's had the driver's seat out of it. So I've got the owner's manual and all the V5 down there. Reminds me of the little one I found in France. Do you know what? I love that car. I really did like that car. Dinky little engines. Look, Jesus, you could probably pick that up. No effort at all. It's quite a nice colour, that one as well. I like that blue. I was going to paint one of my old Minis that colour years ago and I never did. Okay, we've got a Volkswagen T4 here. Looks like someone's had a go at making a camper van. I don't know why you would do it out of that. Oh dear, it's not been done very well, has it? it's good effort, I mean. You know, got the sound insulation up the top there, and is that a rock and roll bed? No, it's not. I thought it was. I was going to say, I'd be very surprised if I left that in there. Huh, they're probably worth something to someone. Is there one on the other side? Oh, there is. Well, there you go, guys. Anyone's got a T4 and wants some sidebars, there they are. Again, I will put the link to the location in the description below if you want to come down here and buy some bits. But do be aware, they do have a lot of security here, lots of dogs and stuff, so don't even think about doing anything like that. Now this, oh, look at those seats. Oh, those seats are beautiful. They really are nice, actually. I quite like these old Vitos. Do you know what? They are almost identical to the seats I had in my W204. Same colour, same stitching, the same. They looked identical. Driver's seat's a little bit different. And there's one hiding in the back as well, look. It's probably the cleanest one in the lot, actually. This was probably quite an expensive thing when it was new. Private number plate as well. Yeah, I like that, that's cool. Right guys, we're going to wait for Darren to get back and then I think he's going to show us some interesting cars which are hidden away somewhere. So, see you again in a minute. So Darren's just got back now. Now, the last car we are looking at today is this Mercedes 500 SL. Now, you know I love my Mercedes. Look how beautiful that car is. And it comes complete with the hardtop too. This is such a lovely car. I've always loved this shape Mercedes. Oh, look at the interior as well. Oh my goodness me, 90,000 miles on the clock, and it is literally just ticked over 90,000. Oh, this is so lovely. And look at the colour as well. What a colour. It is beautiful. Now, Darren said it's been here up to about 10 years, we reckon. Between 7 and 10 years, not quite sure. But, you can see it needs a little bit of bodywork doing to it. Probably a whole respray by the look of it. But it's here. I wish it wasn't, but it is. Now, he did tell me another very interesting story. You see the train that's just gone past there. Now, this must have been decades ago. Apparently, a steam train or a steam locomotive crashed and went into the river, which runs parallel with this car park here. Apparently, it's still there. It's buried in the mud. There is a steam locomotive buried in the mud over there. Now, that is something to look up on. If any of you train guys know, if you can do any kind of research into the crash, it's documented, it's there, apparently it's still there now. I mean, what a story that would be if we could come here and dig that train out. Can you imagine? That would just be awesome. That really would be awesome. Right, I'm going to run around, do me pictures, do me Instagram stories and a TikTok video, and I'll see you again very, very shortly. Right guys, that is it for today's video. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe. Please go and check out the Instagram, which is TheBeardedExplorerY. Also go and check out the Facebook page. Like always, I'll put all the pictures on Facebook, 10 the best on Instagram. Massive thank you to Darren, Vanessa and all the other guys here at Harris's Scrapyard. I will link their location, all their website and everything in the description below, and we'll see you on next week's video.